Hello everyone, welcome back to IMH Language School. This is Pooh. Now you are listening to IMH Dream Podcast, episode 3. For today's episode, I have invited a very good friend of mine. Actually, she is my best friend. Okay, please welcome Sue. Hi Sue.
Hi, Pooh.
You don't usually call me Pooh, you just call me by your name, don't you?
Yeah, so what's up? What's new?
Alright, thank you so much for coming today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very good. You're welcome because you're gonna treat me something nice later, so I don't mind.
Sure, I'll surely treat you something. Okay, so can you tell us a bit about you? Like, who are you?
Oh, who am I? Who am I? Okay. First, my name is Sue, and I have been friends with Pooh as for nearly like 6 years.
I don't think it's 6 years. Isn't it already 8 years? Okay, I think like in our first year that was in 2015 or 16. That makes
Oh crap, time flies so fast. Everything is like yesterday, so I don't mind the years, but you have been with me for a long time.
to be exact. I believe that 8 years. Today, Sue and I are going to discuss and share our opinion on the topic passion. First, okay, how do you define passion and what role does it play in your life? What would be your definition of passion?
Um, um, for me, passion is like a burning desire that can keep me going like every day. Um, it does play like a vital role, like because I'm like a multitasking person. Like almost every day, I am like really caught up with like so many tasks. But none of it like is like not my passion. Some of the tasks are like I need to do it. Some tasks are like I want to do it, but not necessarily need to do it. But about passion, I really like to draw, and I'm very passionate about art. So without my passion in art, I won't draw or like I won't do anything concerned with art. So for me personally, passion is something like that I I am doing every day without even I notice about it. So it's like I'm very eager to learn a new level, and I'm ready to like jump to the next level. It's like about my passion.
Okay, so far I think what you love doing, your passion plays a very huge role in your everyday life. Like it has become your daily routine, and or maybe you may probably even doing it unintentionally. Like it has become your routine. Is it?
Yes, correct. So Pooh, how about you? Are there any things you are passionate about?
Of course, indeed. I don't think like human can possibly live their life to the fullest without having any sort of passion or interest in something. So I also agree with you on how you define your passion. I think we both are very passionate in terms of what we do, and my definition of passion would be happiness. When I am doing something that I really love and something that I'm really passionate, I feel nothing but happiness. It's just pure joy. And even though there are times that I feel really tired, exhausted, but still I always find a way to be happy about it. So I think um, I would say passion is something that makes us feel alive and happy despite some difficulties that we face, and there may be some sort of obstacle along the way, along the journey, but still we always find our way back to our passion. I think that's something that we keep going back for. And I'm passionate in a lot of things. For a starter, I would say I'm a teacher. At first, I thought I would never become a teacher one day, and teaching was in my least priority when it comes to choosing a career. But turns out I love teaching and sharing what I know, and like helping and contributing the society as a teacher. and sharing what I know and what I'm learning to the learners. I think this is one of the things that I really passionate. And I have been teaching for nearly 5 years now, and there isn't any day I feel tired or exhausted of teaching. I think that's what kept me going all throughout all this year. And I another thing is I love doing some sport, and also most importantly, I'm really passionate about writing and storytelling. I'm doing a lot of content like podcasts, and also things like writing blogs and sharing my experiences in video format, vlogs format, and there are so many forms that I would deliver my story and my idea. I think that's where like my major passion I would say come from. So yeah, I've been doing that a lot, and like you, it is in my everyday routine and it's play a very huge role in my life. Okay.
That's quite a lot interesting. And to tell about the passion, I just remember that since you love writing a lot, I just remember that we have got like some huge interest in writing on Wattpad, like some stories. So for me, like I have known you like for many years, and like since I've known you, you have started writing like stories and like reading books. So, what do you think? Like these passions are like somehow appear from your naturally, or like did you nurture like your passion?
I think it's both. Mm, in my younger age, I think the love on reading books started somehow because of my environment. Uh, my aunt, who I grew up with for like 2 years. Uh, Back then, I used to attend schools in countryside for like 2 years. It was in Bago, and she was a really passionate reader. There are so many books. There are so many books in her house, and she also loved reading a lot. And somehow I grew up watching her reading a lot of stuff, and I think I got some inspiration from her at that time. And I also start try to read some of the book that she was reading. Mostly what she read was like mystery. In Bami that is like Gambia stories. And I don't even remember what are the plots or stuff like that right now, but mostly it was about some supernatural creature and their scary stuff. And yeah, that's how I think my passion in creating something, some fictional characters and imaginary things started. And later on, my brother, he's also a big reader, and he recommended me some books to read, and somehow my passion in reading also grew along with the writing. The more I read, the more I wanted to create more like what I'm reading, and I want to share my thoughts and my other imaginary stories to others, like to strangers. Okay, like you said, I even wrote some fictions and some pieces of writing on Wattpad, but I still do not wish to reveal my identity yet. And anyway, it's not really like innate. I don't think it was innate, but in my understanding, I think that passion was cultivated because of my surrounding. Yeah. Oh, and then one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot, but one more thing is that I did not really grew up in a environment where I could speak up, my thoughts and feeling. Sometimes when I uh, sometimes when I see things what I think, and my parents or probably my relatives would think of me as a someone who is not mature enough, or someone who is just talking imaginary stuff. And I think that somehow also led me to just write down the thing that I was feeling, because there was actually no one who would listen to me attentively. So how about you? Do you think passion is something that comes by nature, or can it be nurtured?
Um, what you said was like great stories of your. For me, passion is something the same like you, because when I was born, or when someone was born, it is not decided like what one should become, you know. But passion is like somehow like a hidden talent one has. It is like some people like they don't. they don't grow up like in the environment who really like encouraged to have encouraged to follow their passion, because they have other like important stuff to follow, like money, and there are some other academic goal like suggested by their parents and maybe their important family members. So uh for me, I didn't know like I have got some kind of passion in art, because I never thought it was like an important role, but somehow I have come to realize later on that I really enjoy doing art, like especially in the visual art. And it was like first time I found out that like I really enjoy doing art was when I got really uh, anxious or like really stressed out. The art became like therapy to me, and I am not sure like if I got like great talent in art, but somehow I feel like I am really passionate about art. Like when I got to learn like the coloring, and then I jumped to like shading and shaping, and then like it comes with like fundamental stuff to like professional role. But the more I learn about the art, the more I come to realize that, oh my god, I fucking love this. And like I just really want to like become great artist one day. So and then like it has become like one of the things that I do in my daily basic. So I must say that like uh for me, I must say that like I didn't know that I have got some passion in art when I was young, but I have been doing that and unconsciously, like one way or another. I have been like dealing with art to express my feelings, like to create something, like to somehow show my critical thinking or like everything. I have been dealing with it, so I must say that it was like not come with like nature, but also like it was also cultivated. It has been like slowly built up like by yourself. So I also believe like if I follow my passion strongly and like towards it, who knows, I'm gonna become a great artist one day as well.
I can tell. I mean, I don't really understand anything about art at all. I've been going to some exhibition and art gallery very often, and it has also become one of my like new interests for this year. But even from a spectator point of view, or and just someone who love what enjoying the art, I can tell I'm already a huge fan of your art, and you know that, right? And you, well, whenever someone I mean, even when no one asks me about who your favorite artist is, or do you have any artist you recommend, I would tell literally anyone about how I love your perspective on art and stuff like that. I will share your page. So I believe you will definitely become someone who is really good at expressing your thoughts and idea in terms of your art form. I don't know, I feel like you are already a great artist. I will always be a huge fan of you.
What a praise, what a praise. I'm gonna take it like a very good compliment. Yeah, this makes my day. So for me, normally I don't really express my feelings like openly. But art has been like a therapy, like to me, like when I got really really hard times to deal with, like even with people and even with work. uh and so I believe that like art has been like not only for the creativity, but also like it has been like supporting in a therapeutic way. So it is like the more I learn about it, like I must say I really enjoy it. The more I enjoy it, and then like the more I want to know, and there are like many things that I don't know yet, even about the basic fundamental stuff. you know so yeah.
All right. Of course, I think we will always be lifelong learners. Even in terms of teaching, as a teacher, there are still a lot of things that I do not know, and I'm still learning. And also for you, even as an like soon to be a great artist. Yeah, you will also definitely have a lot to learn. All right. So now let's move on to another question. So how does pursuing your passion affect other areas of your life, such as relationships and work-life balance? What's your opinion on this question? Do you feel your current passion affects your other areas of interest? Let's talk about work-life balance. Does it affect your work-life balance?
When it comes to like work life balance, when I found out like I am really passionate about art, I started to be confident. Like more than ever. It was like because when you find something that you really love, when you find something that you really can do every day, it is like oh, I can live with this. So if you are like doing it like daily, and it gave you like self, not only it gave you like self confidence, but also it can like make you deal with some other stuff like easier than before. For example, I have been like hard to deal with people because I couldn't express my feelings and my thoughts openly. Like I have been like closed door towards other people. Like I really shut down like everything. You know, when I found out like when I found out like I am really passionate about art, and I showed it off. Even at the work, I showed like everyone, like maybe there are like some people like who don't really like to be shown, but I don't I don't care. Like I don't mind, but I show them off. I started to showing them off, and it gave me like self confidence. Also, it can also like give me higher dopamine. It was like, okay, I'm really happy. And the next thing is, I am happier to see like some people who have got like the same mindset as me, even on art or not, also on people who love art. So I must say like it can not it can bring like the common things in what you see about what you love. It doesn't have to be about like your the art, but can be also about anything. If you love reading, and when you meet someone who also love reading, you're gonna be like become like friends. So it can like bring up like a higher chance to have like friends, and then like your work environment will gonna be like more enjoyable. So I think it really affects in some different ways, as I have said above. So yeah, so what about you? You have been like uh really passionate about teaching, so how does it affect to you? Like, do you have the same mindset, and like do you have you met with people with the same passion?
Before I answer this question, I really agree with you on what you said on how passionate people, even though they may be from different areas of interest, once those people are together, it can really bring out the best in each other. It can bring out the best potential in each other, and it really create a supportive and positive, I don't know, environment and society. And I really can relate to that a lot. Right, back to the questions. Okay, so I think as much as I am passionate in teaching, and as much as I would love to earn a lot of money, I think I try to limit my working hours too much, to a point. I have fewer teaching hours or working hours than most of my teacher friends. Limiting the number of hours that I give myself to do what I love doing, which is teaching, I think it allowed me to have a better work life balance with myself as well as with people around me. Since the number of hours that I work every day is very limited, and I think I can give more of my concentration and also attention, full most of my full attention to the student that I'm teaching. And maybe probably it has to do with my attention span as well. Maybe the other teachers who work full times and also who work like a lot of working hours every week may have more attention span and more concentration power than me. I have to admit that I'm not really someone who can concentrate at something for a long time. I need frequent break. And so yeah, but I think since I know what my strength and what my concentration or attention span is, I think I'm trying to manage it well, because I do not really want something that I love doing as a burden to me. So imagine, I think if, in my case, if I uh, overwork in terms of taking classes or teaching, I think I'll end up being very disappointed in what I do. I might end up complaining about, oh my God, I have so many classes, I don't want to teach anymore, I want to quit my job. I don't really want to be in that position. So that's why I think the way I keep up with my work routine and daily routines somehow create a really like positive work-life balance for myself. So yeah, it does not affect me in a negative way yet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we might say like when one is like passionate about something, it only brings out like positive stuff. It is more likely that one see like in like different perspective, like it passion like brings out only like positivity, so what do you think like how long we can hold up for like our passion, like do you think like it's gonna like last like for a long time, and how are we gonna like do to keep that passion for a long time?
I think we can maintain our passion for a long period of time. In my case, it has been more than I think like maybe 15 years or something since I had started having interest and passion in writing and reading. I'm still living up to that passion, and even though my passion and interest in other areas grow day by day, year by year, still I always go back to where I began. I would say, I mean, even in terms of passion. So I think passion, it's something that will never run out of battery. I mean, for me it's something like that. I don't think I'll ever get tired of you know doing what I love. How about you? What do you think? Do you feel like it might probably expire one day?
Yeah, because since I have told you like I it is not like such a long time that I found out like I really love art, but in the past I was really passionate about writing as well. Like I used to write like novels and also like some creating some fictional characters as well. It has been like for like some 8 years because I have been started writing like since I was grade 4 to like maybe third year. After that, my passion like run out, but I'm still interested. I'm still into like writing stories, because I love telling like story and I love creating storyboards. But it's just like kind of different from time to time for me. So I think to keep up like one passion, uh, I uh, in contrast to your idea that passion does not have like will never run out of the battery, but for me like passion is changing from one aspect to another aspect. But the thing is I realize that passion is something that you can keep up like daily, so I still have no clue that how to keep it up, but I really love everything I have done so far. So
I think we'll have to just figure it out yourself. Time will tell. Probably time will tell. All right. Okay. So, shall we move on to another one? Okay. Okay. I would like to know your opinion on how important it is for us to have a passion in achieving success, and can anyone be successful without passion? Have you ever seen anyone who has been successful without passion?
um I mean, we there are like many people who have been successful with their passion. For example, like some famous footballer like Ronaldo and Messi, and other footballers especially. But uh, on the other hand, I believe like there are also some people who are stay successful in their field despite the passion on it. But the thing is like they have followed they are very well disciplined by their own rules and their own uh, I must say yes, rules, but without any passion, you know. So for me, like personally, I believe that there can be. I mean, there are some people who are stay successful. For example, uh, my sister, one of my sisters, she's not really interested in the medicine, but now she is becoming a great doctor despite the passion, but she is not only following the like well highly paid job, but also like she follow up like some other rules. She follow ups from like different perspective despite her passion. So she must be passionate about selling cars and like other stuff, But she hold up like the title like becoming a doctor, and now she is also successful in their like work. So I think like yeah, there could be like some other people who are successful despite passion. So what do you think? Do you think it is possible like we can find some people like that?
I think it's possible. I think people can still be successful or achieve success without passion. Maybe, but I'm not sure if they would be happy. I don't. I'm not sure if they are happy doing what they do and achieving their success, and I have no idea at all, to be honest. But I think passion would probably be one of the driving force that can make people to have fun or to feel happiness or to have the joy out of what they do. But I think one can definitely feel successful or achieve, good things in life, like you said, with having good disciplines. Because I think somehow, one we makes or cultivate something as our habit. We if we do something repeatedly, day by day, and it somehow become a muscle memory to us, and then it becomes a habit. I mean, I have watched one video on how our routines and hobbies or interest in not interest in something, I mean how our habits can be cultivated just by repeating something, and somehow we end up being skillful in it, with or without having fun or without enjoying actually doing it. Somehow if it becomes a habit and we naturally like do it, we naturally got used to it, and still I think one can be successful and do really well in their life. But I'm not sure about their well-being, whether they are really okay, whether they are happy, or whether this success would last long. So I have not really seen though anyone, I mean in my life so far, I have not seen anyone who is quite successful without passion in it, because most people around me, they do whatever they want and then they do what they are passionate. And if, like for example, my brother, he is really interested in filmmaking and creating a lot of stuffs on screen, and he has been following his passion despite his academic achievement. He has got a bachelor in some engineering related field, but what he does right now is nothing related to engineering stuff. But he's happy. He's happy, and he he keeps creating new things, new projects, and day by day. And I think I can call him someone who is successful in his own terms, because he's achieving better things year by year. So it's somehow like, even though it's a small like success, I feel inspired by him. To be honest, I really thought my brother would end up being unemployed. To my shame, I really underestimated his ability. Maybe probably because I was not mature enough at that time. I really underestimated him. But he proved me wrong. I mean, I've never told him like this. Okay, you're gonna feel one day and you're gonna regret your decisions for just following your passion. But turns out I was wrong. I was wrong. I got to admit, I somehow um, bec- uh, become convinced that if we really work hard and if we do what we are passionate about in a very consistent way, even though it may take really a long time. Yes, but at the end of the day, at the end of at some point in our life, we can accomplish. We can feel accomplished, or we can achieve greater things. Yeah, by following passion. So yes, one can be successful without uh, passion, but I don't really want to be that person. All right. Okay. The last question. Um, is there any advice you would love to give to someone who is struggling to find their passion? So now we are now at the age of 24, 25, 26 something, right? And we are about to be 30 soon. I mean, if we live, if we survive these struggling periods, to maybe our younger self. I mean, just if you could give advice to 16-year-old, 20 old years old you, what kind of advice would you give to her?
um, um, since I have said that like passion is like a hidden talent, so even if it takes time, like you're gonna find it one day. So even after you find it out, you're gonna keep doing, in a consistent way. So as I've told you, like my 16-year-old was like very passionate about like reading and like writing stories, and she really wanted to become an author. um for me right now it's like, I right now like I really want to become like a professional like visual artist. So it has been like different, but I feel like everything is connected in their own way, so to give like any advice, I might say that like, uh don't take too much time on finding, you just do it, like you're gonna find it, like you're gonna know it, if you love it or not. uh when you find it, like it is like breathing, you know it is like breathing. You just gonna keep doing it every day because you breathe every day, so you do it every day, so that is called passion. So when you find something like that, so one day you're gonna write a story, one day you're gonna read a book, so you're gonna like you can take a break in the middle. So when you find that, when you achieve like that moment, oh my god, I can't stop doing it. Not like today and tomorrow, but I can't stop doing it every day. And when you come to think of like next 10 years and you still want to do it, that is called your passion. So I must say that like you should just do it, you should just keep your action on it. So it's gonna be like something amazing happen in your future. That's what I believe. So not only to my younger self but also to my current self as well. I would if I even if I have to say even if I have to give any advice on myself, uh I must say I should just follow my passion. Don't stop it, because it can be like hidden in somewhere, but it can be found because it is like, it is your passion. You're gonna know it, so you're gonna feel it. That's what I want to say.
Okay, great. I think I would probably tell the same to my younger self, or maybe like someone who is younger than me, because we will never know unless we try. If you feel like you want to do something, just give it a go, and only then you will know whether you want to do it in the long run, or whether you are really interested or passionate in it. But if you never try, you would never know. So I think it will be worth giving the time, even though it turns out it's something that you do not really like, because at least you try, right? I think I wasted most of my time and money over things that was not really necessary in my younger age. But if you ask me, was it worth it? Yes, it was absolutely worth it. Somehow, I was able to find good friends, and also I was able to maintain good relationships, and most importantly, I was happy. I was happy, so I have no regret about it. So enjoy your life as much as you can, while also making sure you do not hurt other people's feelings, of course, in doing so. And most importantly, I think, don't hurt yourself. Yeah, you should be the one that matter most in your life. And so, yeah, I think that's what I would probably tell. That would be my advice. Just do it. Just do it. I think it will be worth it. It will be worth it. Okay. So I think that will be it for today. And for those who are listening to our podcast, I hope you find your passion soon, and I hope you're happy doing whatever you want to do. Bye bye. Thank you for listening, and please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our channels. We'll be posting this on our Facebook and YouTube and other social medias and channels as well. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for coming today. See you again. I'll have to thank you again. Bye bye. Bye bye. I love you.
My pleasure.
You have to say I love you too. Say it. Say it.
But I don't.
Say it. Say it. Okay. Bye bye.